What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I'm Nick,
And I'm Joe.
and we are talking about AEW Collision for November 27th. It's technically Thanksgiving as we record this. Happy late Thanksgiving, because I meant to say it on the last video because it came out today, technically. And
Happy Turkey Day.
yeah, it just didn't happen. Um, Super excited though because Collision is like the exact opposite of Dynamite. Here's what I mean by that, guys. Usually, Dynamite's known for having the better promos with the worst matches, and then Collision has the better matches with the worst promos, and it was the exact opposite this week. I actually think Dynamite killed it on the match front, and Collision was better with its promo game.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think a lot of the matches for Collision should have been better than they were.
So
I don't know if they were saving things or what, but the,
I'm
the main event in particular kind of disappointed.
I'm gonna say this. I do think a part of it is an issue with. So since it was taped after Dynamite, um, the crowd didn't seem as into it.
Yeah.
Because they've already sat through
Well,
2 hours of TV watching experience.
that doesn't stop them from booking long ass pay-per-views.
No, but a pay per view is always a completely different feeling than a TV taping.
Yeah,
Um,
even with the crowd reaction being taken into account, the matches didn't seem like they were as competitive as they could have been.
right. So, so obviously, Collision's still in Nashville. Excalibur, Shivani, and Nigel McGuinness were still on commentary. They were still far more enjoyable than any other
Yeah.
2 to 3 man teams that we've heard in a while.
It just makes me realize that Nigel in particular needs somebody like Excalibur
Yes,
to feed off of. And when it's
absolutely.
just him and Shivani, it is a mess.
Exactly, because they don't know what to say.
Yeah, agreed.
Shivani just likes to fuck up the names of moves, and then Nigel likes to make fun of him for it. Oh, so before we get into this first match, so they make the comment. I wanted to point all of this out to you because they're going to be just as annoyed as I am at all this. They made it a point to point out that whoever wins is going to win the Continental Championship.
Splitting the belt. Yay.
And if you noticed, when Okada came out yesterday, he still came out with the international title on.
Yep.
So what this means, and apparently, I was reading up on some Sean Ross Sapp information on Twitter today, and he is pretty sure that if somebody else does win this aside from Okada, they're just going to be winning the Continental Championship, and Okada will keep the international title, and it will be ununified at that point.
Yep. I watched something and Meltzer confirmed the exact same thing. And I'm just like, great, another belt.
So here's what I think is going to happen. I do think Takeshita is going to win this tournament. I think he's going to beat Okada specifically. Or actually, I'd be willing to say I wouldn't be surprised if it's not Fletcher that makes it to the finals on that side. And then we would
I would
get
be down for that.
Takeshita versus Fletcher. I think Takeshita wins. Takeshita wins.
Takeshita.
I don't know why I called him Takeshita. Takeshita. I did it like 5 times. So I think at that point Takeshita would win. He wins the Continental Championship. That's gonna have old boy annoyed because he's gonna feel like he should have that title. Not Okada, but Fletcher, right? They all
Right.
they all of a sudden him and uh, Okada lead the front to basically kick Takeshita out of the group. I think at that
Okay.
point Takeshita challenges Okada in a title versus title match again because we didn't already have one of those last year. And it would be international versus that one,
Continental.
the Continental. So it would be unified again. But here's the thing. So Tony keeps hinting that one of the reasons he wanted more titles is because they've got more TV time or whatever. I want to know if there's something we don't know about in terms of another show
There's too many shows as it is.
or something else going on because, like, no, you have too many titles for what you got. And I'm so tired of, like, oh, we need another title. We need, like, yo, you guys just brought in the AEW National Championship, and guess what? It is literally the exact same design as the NWA TV title. Literally exact
Yeah.
same.
It is exactly
design.
the same. Yep. And it's ugly. It's an ugly belt.
I like it, but I can understand why you think it's ugly. um, I just, I don't need more titles. I don't need more titles. I don't. I need
No.
less titles, less titles.
Yeah. Be a better booker. That way you don't need titles to, create stakes for things.
Or money matches. I'm tired of it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired of those too.
You know what?
Create
You don't.
some fucking storylines
you don't-
other than like Hangman.
You don't always even need that. Sometimes just having two people go out and wrestle is perfectly fine.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Well, especially when this all started, you were supposed to be a sports-based wrestling promotion, anyways, where wins and losses mattered, and
Please don't ever bring back the
drives-
win-loss
that
record,
kinda
though.
drives the-
I don't care.
No, there's better ways of doing that. You can set up like number one content instead of money matches. You can be like, this is a number one contendership match for X thing.
Right. So I say all that to say this: we open the show with the C2 Gold match, and it's Pac, God damn it, versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep calling him Pac because that's just what I'm gonna do.
I said-
Pac sounds weird to me.
I said specifically, I know Joe is excited for this match. So
Oh yeah, Mr. Grippers,
Listen.
Mr. Speedball with his grippers out.
first and foremost, I feel like if this were Neville from the WWE,
Which is what Kristen kept calling him all night.
I said, cruiserweight champion Neville. I feel like this could potentially have been a match of the year contender, but since we're getting John Cena version 2, this match dragged for me, dude.
This was my match of the night.
It's not my match of the night,
Because-
but it dragged for me.
I don't know what else could be your match of the night.
Yeah, we'll get there. It's
Oh, interesting.
um,
It was good. He dropped Speedball on his head like 3 times.
So he did do an actual really nice avalanche overhead belly to belly that I
Yep.
thought was nice. My favorite moment of the match was when they were trading kicks instead of forearms and punches, just for you.
Hey, it was at least different.
Speedball ate a German suplex on the floor. That was one of the dropping on his head moments that you're talking about.
Yeah, it was.
He actually landed on his shoulder.
I know, but
it was close.
He turned. Yeah.
Okay, so and here's why this match actually didn't. I'm this petty. Here's why this match didn't make it the match, or this match didn't make the match of the night for me. So there's this point where they're doing the stupid spot, right? Where that I'm tired of seeing because everybody does it. Where they're on the outside of the ring, they're counting, doing the 10 count, and the
When they dive in at the last second.
person dives in at 9. But there's this part where he gets up, he goes to run, and he slips, which was on purpose. You could tell it was on purpose. It's not like he's that good of an actor.
Sure.
But he slipped, but then it didn't matter. He just dove in anyways. Okay.
Yeah, had he gotten counted out for that, I would have been like, oh, cool, nice touch.
Had he gotten counted out of that, and it was a part of the beginning of a story to make him to decide to wear boots,
Man, I really need extra traction. I'm going to try these things called shoes.
exactly. This would have been match of the night for me. But it's little details like that piss me off.
That's sad that a count out victory
You don't-
for Pac.
You don't see me rooting for count out victories very often, but if it's for a reason that actually is interesting and makes sense.
It's not even interesting. Just wear fucking shoes.
But no, so he makes it. Speedball hits a couple of his really cool kicks, and then he tries for an avalanche knee drop, which he still I don't think has hit at all in AEW.
No, he missed everybody.
He ended up eating Pac's stupid ass clothesline though. Stupid fucking clothesline.
Yeah, I hate that he hits the rope 4 fucking times. And you just have to stand there like a buffoon.
Yeah. Listen, I can't.
At least he didn't. At least he didn't pin him with it. He went and did his submission for the win.
I can't judge people for taking moves like that because we had years of watching people lose to leg drops and elbow drops. Okay, like
Get it, but I thought we had evolved away from that.
never. Listen, it depends. It depends. Okay, I for one was a fan of winning from the people's elbow. Okay, it was fun.
We still
it was
have the
cool.
we still have the knuckle shuffle, so there's still things like that.
Right. But he's not. I don't know. If, coming from him when I used to watch him do corkscrew fucking moonsaults and things like that to win matches.
Yeah, the Black Arrow or whatever it's called.
Now he is. I mean, like you said, he puts him in the brutalizer afterwards, and Bailey, passes out or gives up or something. We don't know.
Yeah, he passed out.
And I think it's the right winner. Do not get me wrong. I love Bailey, but
absolutely.
But Pac, whatever, Pac, I got it right the first time, is the right winner in this match.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going to agree with that by the end of the tournament. For the moment, in the meantime, yes, right winner. But unless Pac does something to become more interesting, maybe not.
He will. He'll. Nobody's going undefeated. So
no.
He's gonna eat an L from somebody.
I'm not even worried about him going undefeated. I just want him to be more interesting. That's it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong, but like I watched this man climb the side of a cage, walk across the ceiling with his hands and fingers, and then do a moonsault off of it in the middle of War Games a year or two ago, because I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the two. Not War Games. I'm sorry, Blood and Guts.
Yeah, he's become less interesting, and I don't know if he's changing his style. Maybe he's changing his style because he kept getting hurt.
Okay.
He feels like it was needed because he was getting hurt.
That's fine. Change your style, but I'm telling you right now, this one ain't it.
Well, and maybe that's it. Maybe he's trying to find himself. And if that's the case, maybe a couple months from now, this won't even be a thing. But I agree. He's far less interesting in this version of himself.
Stop wearing clothes, first and foremost, okay? Look, I have watched you your entire career only wear tights. This whole cutting the hair and putting on a singlet thing, not cool, okay?
Too much change.
Too
much change.
Anyways. We get a really good Garcia promo in the back. And he's like, yo, I got to drop the dead weight that is Daddy Magic. He's like, you know what, Daddy? He didn't say Daddy, but I'm throwing it out there. You know what, Daddy?
Daddy.
You only got to bleed for me one more time. I just thought it was a really good promo. You don't get those often from him. I was like, all right, I kind of like heel Danny. I don't like him wrestling, but I kind of like heel Danny when he's talking. He's kind of
spilling my drink.
He's kind of a dick. Backstage, we then get the worst promo of the week, and surprisingly, by people I didn't expect it from. We get Brodito, who looked like they didn't want to be there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
They were big sad, man. It was all melancholy and shit because they were like, "Are we gonna be a team anymore? Yeah, no. We'll be a team.
Please
we'll
no.
Still be together.
Please no. Listen. Brody King already has a teammate. He's just working on himself right now, physically.
Yeah, coming back from injury.
What
did Buddy do? Shoulder?
Oh, dude. The last time he got interviewed, he said it hasn't been healing back correctly. That's why he's been gone for so long. Like, they don't know what they're going to have to do to fix whatever it was. I don't know what he got injured from. I think it was ankle, if I remember correctly.
Well, ooh, yeah. Sometimes those ankles can be. Oh, yes. I think you're right because now it's kind of coming back to me.
Because if I remember correctly, he hurt it at the very beginning of the match and still wrestled through the match and killed it. We had no clue he was fully injured. And then ended up out for he's almost a year now.
Yeah, partial ligament tear and cartilage damage.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, in February.
Oh, I was right. It was almost a year.
Yeah, during his entrance. Yeah,
he pulled a.
That was in the Australia. That was the Grand Slam Australia show in February.
Pulled an Adam Cole. Good job.
Oh man, poor Adam Cole.
So, they consider themselves brothers. Brody says, "Yo, next Friday, don't worry about us right now. Next Friday, you got a match at Final Battle. It's time to focus on that." And that's when we learned that it was originally supposed to be him versus Bandito versus Roosh for the ROH title, which probably would have been a banger.
Yeah.
But Roosh apparently is injured, so it's not going to be a one-on-one match. It's going to be a 5-way match with 4 other people that shouldn't be in that match.
Yeah, they announced the participants, and I was like, ugh.
It was the white dude from Swirl. It was
the white dude, wasn't it Blake Matthews?
He might not even be white, but he looks white. He's really white.
And has a name like Blake.
Yeah.
So
it's him. It's Hechicero. It's fucking Sammy Guevara, and then Beast Mordos, who I hope, by the way, wins. I'm rooting for Beast Mordos.
He's beaten like all these guys already, so it's just like really.
In the end, I actually hope Bandito wins. I think he's the best of the 5. I want him to get away from the ROH stuff. I think Bandito is good enough to be quote unquote main roster, which is something stupid to say in AEW because there's not really technically a main roster. There's everybody works everything except for Athena for some reason. And I don't know. I want the title to not be on TV. It needs to just be on Ring of Honor stuff, and I want to see Bandito continue to wrestle on AEW shows.
Agreed.
So either way, it was a terrible promo overall. They are not good at acting sad. I'm just gonna say that they are terrible.
Number one, Brody is the muscle, so Brody's good at standing there looking intimidating, and that's why Aleister Black always did all the talking.
Like Brody should have been like, "Quit your crying! You got a match this Friday. Get out there!" Like he should be hyping his man up.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah, you could tell they didn't have. There wasn't much into it.
No. All right, match 2, which is almost the stinker of the night, but
Ty
Mello's wrestling, so it's not the stinker of the night. Daddy Magic versus Daniel Garcia.
This match wasn't that bad.
Listen, that's why I said it was almost the stinker of the night. It wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good, but it wasn't bad. It was a perfectly fine TV match.
It was boring. However,
I don't think so. They wrestled outside. They had
It was great because Daddy Magic got fake busted open, and what I mean by that is he put some fake blood on his forehead, and you could tell because by the time it all went away, there was no mark on his forehead. So you could tell it was fake. Thank you for that, Daddy Magic.
You know what the worst part of this entire match was?
What's that?
John Moxley on commentary.
Do you want to know something funny? I didn't even notice he was there.
Yeah, he was there, and he talked a lot.
I do think the right person won. It is time to drop the dead weight that is Daddy Magic. I actually don't mind Daddy Magic on commentary. Matt Menard's not a terrible commentator. I do remember Mox even mentioning
he gets excited. He gets excited and he gets into it and stuff.
Right.
Hell, most of the time he's the only one fucking showing any passion at the booth.
In fact, I wouldn't mind seeing him replace
Shivani.
Not necessarily. So I think if they were to take the 3 that they had on tonight and keep them on Collision, and then move Daddy Magic and replace Excalibur on Wednesday nights with Daddy Magic, so that it would be Magic.
Well, he's not that type of commentator, and then they wouldn't really have that type of. They need another commentator like Excalibur.
I just feel
That's
like
not Excalibur, but
I feel like
provides that same type of commentary.
I feel like Daniel could do that though.
Where is Ian Riccaboni?
Oh God, no.
What's wrong with Ian?
No, dude. Ian has that like game show voice, and it drives me crazy.
I do agree with you. Every time, he gets excited, and I keep thinking he's going to say, "And behind door number 1." But okay, I'll pump the brakes on that. I concede your point. But
And I feel bad because
somebody
every time he pops up at the very beginning of the show, I get excited. I'm like, oh, it's Ian Riccaboni. And then he talks. And I'm like, oh, it's Ian Riccaboni.
Yeah. Honestly, it just makes me miss JR, but I don't want this version of JR because JR's just
Old.
with all the health issues and stuff. He's just burnt. He's just burnt, and he's gonna want to have all of his heart into it, but I just don't think he can anymore. Right. And it's not his fault. I mean, life got in the way. They need a Mauro Ronaldo or whatever from NXT. Matter of fact, Nigel has experience working with him, so you think that would be a logical fit, but I don't know where he works now.
Right. Yeah. So then
bitching about commentary.
Never. There's never enough bitching about commentary. Pretty boring match, right? Person won. Daniel Garcia put Daddy Magic in a bulldog choke. Matt Menard almost reached the ropes, which I did like that touch of it. Like he almost reached it and just quite couldn't get there because he's
then passed out
because he's a lazy bitch. No, I'm kidding. And then he passed out. The most interesting part of this was post match. Mark Briscoe came out with his beautiful new title. And basically said that he heard Daniel is chasing after the TNT Championship. He's gonna give him a shot, but he said make sure your ass don't write checks make sure you don't write checks that your ass can't cash. He said he's gonna go and basically devour some Thanksgiving food, just like he's gonna devour Daniel's ass. And then I was like, yo, first off, pause, calm down. Don't be eating people's asses on TV. We don't need to see it.
I hope this is just a match and not like his first program. I don't want a series of matches between these two.
No, because
one-off, fine, but move on after that. I don't want a series of matches.
No, this is Garcia is not of the type of person I want to see a feud with.
Yes,
Mark, and it's not because Daniel's bad. He's actually relatively good in the ring. But he doesn't have the promo chops to keep something interesting from his side for 2 to 3 months, for one. And for two, the only people that's really going to push Mark to be good in a feud is going to have to be able to do some hardcore wrestling, because that is Mark's whole thing. And I don't think Daniel has it in him.
Not necessarily his whole thing, but it's what he excels at.
Right. They headbutted each other, and then Garcia ran. That was how that ended. He looked like a bitch, which is exactly how it should be.
He looked like a little punk ass.
He looked like that little kid, Eric, that that talks shit because he's smaller than the person, and then he ran. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, Eric's an inside joke, by the way, everybody.
Well, kind of. It was a real person. Just know that. Backstage, Goa and Ricochet were talking. Ricochet said he's done everything that he set out to do in AEW. He's a trendsetter, and then one of the guys from Goa was like, "Yeah, I ordered us dinner at a 5-star restaurant here in Nashville." And they're like, "Let's go eat." And then I was like, "Well, I'd liked Ricochet's part of it, because he's right. He did set out to do. He got a title, which he was aiming to do.
Yep.
He has beaten all these people. Cool.
Yep.
And now get away from Goa because I don't like them.
I don't even care that he stays with Goa. I just he doesn't need to do crowd work and stuff. And the backstage segment was fine. It was nothing great. But he comes out later with a microphone, and he's getting go away heat with me. Like I don't even want to fucking see him.
That's a bummer because I actually really liked that segment.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh,
Um,
no.
There's a reason. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
In ring, since Shivani's only in ring job to do is to introduce people he doesn't like. He comes out and introduces.
Yeah, everybody he's got beef with.
He introduces FTR. Stoke is like, "Hey, it's the best night ever," because the FTR are champs, and he's so proud, and he gets to introduce. And he tries to like fake cry, and he's like,
Yeah, he gets all choked up.
I'm so proud that I get to introduce to you guys the new AEW." And then the lights go out, and I got so excited at first because I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get hit with the 'You think you know me'? Here we go." And then instead, it was the Bang Bang Gang, and at first I was like, "Not who I want, but we'll see where this goes." So the Bang Bang Gang came out, and we're not talking. Obviously, the current version of the Bang Bang Gang to people that might that might listen to this, that they won't, but they might listen to this in 6 years. Um, it's currently Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson because Colton's out; he's hurt.
Yep.
So the Bang Bang Gang comes out, and listen. So Stoke goes to get into Colton's face, not Colton, Austin's face, and Austin pie faces him out of the way mid talk. I loved it because I was like, and dude, the whole attitudes that came from Bang Bang Gang, I loved it. I know for you it feels like it makes FTR look weak, but in my opinion, it's very much one of those moments where you don't have to look intimidating. You don't have to come off as a badass. You can legit just be like, you know what? All right, motherfucker. We'll see. We'll
the
see.
only thing I don't like is they had no rebuttal at all.
Right. So then Dax goes to speak and Juice pushes his mic down and is like, no. Listen, we know how good you are. We don't need to hear it again. You say it every week.
And they do.
They were like, listen, we won a little bit of green last week. Maybe we want to win a little bit of gold. They said we've also beaten you guys recently, and we've beaten you a few times. They said they don't care where or when, but they want a shot. Dax was like, don't touch my belt again. And right after he says it, Austin Gunn smacks the mic out of his hand and almost the belt at the same time. Which
Yep.
I was like, oh, dude, whoop their ass. Like, I was hoping for a fight to break out between both teams, and it did not happen.
So I like that they used logic. They used that they had won previous matches. It all makes sense. The only thing I don't like is how feeble FTR kind of looked.
Right. But yeah, so no, I did like I said, I like the segment, and I do think FTR are very much going to beat them obviously when the time comes.
Oh, sure. And it'll be cheating more than likely to keep them over, but
I also think it's going to just be
FTR is not going to lose to them.
Very well wrestled match.
Oh, sure.
So I'm
Hopefully
excited
it'll
about
be on a
that.
collision since those shows seem to be less interesting.
Right. So after that, we get the MXM Open Challenge, which was funny because they came back from commercial break and MXM were already in the ring.
Well, it's not like their entrance is anything to.
It depends on if he has the fingers or not.
I do like the hand and
the
I've
doll
not been
hands.
able to show Kristen the damn jacket. I'm gonna have to go back and find that episode of Collision. But that damn jacket makes me laugh, and I don't know why. But it makes me giggle.
So it ends up being a trios match. It is Mansoor, Johnny, and Mason versus the Outrunners and Dalton Castle First and foremost, I still feel weird about the Outrunners and Dalton Castle being a team. I don't know why.
It's like they didn't have anything to do with those guys. They're all kind of
I
have goofy gimmicks, so they just stuck them together because of that.
Yeah, but the problem is the Outrunners are over
Were
were
hot
over
for a long.
hot
They were, yeah,
for a while,
and now nothing. Now nothing.
and they could get over again. They're just
Oh yeah,
they've got that
it's not
natural
that they can't, but
charisma,
it's they're doing nothing with
and
them.
and they're good wrestlers, but they're
Yeah,
not
well, before that they were enhancement talent. They worked like all the dark matches and shit.
right. MXM attacks them from behind, which was funny because they were hiding behind Dalton's wings.
Yeah, during their intro spot.
I wish the camera work, the production on this would have been a bit better. It would have been cool to not have seen them behind them when it happened. So I kind of wish the camera would have, come around the ring and face them head on, like it ended up doing by the time it was over. But when he lifts his wings, that's when they slide in behind them, and as soon as the wings come down, then they get jumped. That would have been cool, but they showed them setting up for it. And I'm just kind of like, I feel like this is a production moment that one of the small things that we're just like, I wish was tighter.
Yeah, that's one of my bigger issues with AEW. Like their work rate is so good, but their production leaves so much to be desired.
Right.
If they could just get that together, they would be. I mean, they're already the better wrestling show, but they would be the better. I don't want to say the better production because WWE's got
WWE's got
such the head start
millions.
and it's state of the art and just. But it would enhance the program so much.
Right. So yeah, even though they got the jump on him, it basically became a squash match.
Yep, like most of these open challenge things.
Right. The Outrunners do their son of a bitch elbow drop, which I knew it was from an '80s reference, and I couldn't remember what it was. And then I watched The Predator, and that's actually what it's from.
I'm aware.
Or it's actually just Predator. It's not The Predator. Because it's when Dutch and old dude meet up in the very beginning. But yeah, they do their son of a bitch elbow drop, and then Dalton hits his bangarang move on Mansoor for the win. I think it's Mansoor. Is that Mason? Which one's which? It's the smaller one. Is it Mason?
It's Mason. Because no. It was Mansoor.
I think it's Mansoor.
It's Mansoor. Yeah, Mason's the other one.
Yeah, Mason's the big
the furry
boy.
Boots guy. Yeah, the furry boots, big guy.
The dude that's like 7'5", minor exaggeration, guys, but he is.
No, he's a big dude. He's a big old dude, though.
I actually think he would be an amazing single star. He's just a monster.
They would be a good tag team if they would be booked more seriously.
I also agree. And I'm also kind of tired of Johnny TV being also booked as a joke because I've seen what he's capable of. And it's kind of a bummer to me that he also doesn't get anything singles wise. Like, I've been watching this dude for 20 years. Maybe a little bit more than that. When?
Oh, it's probably been... Yeah, it's been about 20 years. That sounds about right.
But, I mean, he was a big-time WWE ECW champion. As big time as you could be, being a WWE ECW champion.
Before that, he was tag team champions. He was Eminem.
He was the first crazy Royal. Like, he was doing what Kofi started doing before Kofi was doing it for Royal Rumble spots. Like, he was the Royal Rumble spot guy. And then Kofi eventually came in and took that over. But yeah, super talented. I also love his finishing move, the Starship Pain, as it was called in WWE. I don't know what it's called in regular.
Twisting, split-legged moonsault.
But yeah, they win. Post-match, Ricochet and Goa basically jump the faces Ricochet was like, this whole segment should have been my championship celebration. And I was like, all right, Monet, calm down. And then some country singers in the crowd whose name is Michael Ray, who apparently actually has a wrestling background. I still don't know who he is, though. But
Yeah, not my type of music.
he pushes Ricochet down, jumps the guardrail. They kind of have a face-off, and I was like, oh, we get our first ever celebrity moment on AEW, forgetting that Shaq had already done something a long time ago.
Yeah, him and Cody wrestled.
So he's the first one since Shaq.
They've probably had more. We just can't remember them.
It might be. I just remembered Shaq because I was reading that sentence, and I was like, yeah, that would have made me sound stupid.
Well, at least you knew.
Yeah, and I didn't
That
even...
that was early AEW.
I didn't even watch AEW then, guys. That's just something I
No.
remember seeing a video package involving. I know, hasn't Snoop done something with AEW as well?
Yeah, that's when he was on that show on TNT with Cody.
Yeah. But I do think that would help AEW a little bit more, as having some famous people interactions.
Celebrity exposure.
I just don't want it to turn into what WWE does. Like, I don't need celebrities coming in and wrestling.
You mean you don't need 10 celebrities at every ringside show, or
No.
at ringside every show? You don't need,
I don't need Jelly Roll versus anyone.
wrestling in matches with established people.
Right. I feel like we're going to get a Jelly Roll and Gabriel Iglesias tag team match.
Please God, no. I may stop watching wrestling if that happens.
Listen, we've already had Johnny Knoxville
WWE.
wrestle. Okay, I don't put anything past them.
Yeah, you had a lot of the Jackass, and they got legit beat down.
Yeah, they did.
Pontius and Steve-O got the shit beat out of them because the idiots wouldn't stay down.
There's another great backstage segment where the entire Don Callis family is basically just happy and thankful for being in the Don Callis family.
They're all praising each other, and I'm so lucky to be a part of this group, and blah,
then-
blah, 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 blah.
And they're like, what about you, Okada? And Okada's like, I'm just thankful that I don't have to team up with Takeshita again. And it's Takeshita yelled something in Japanese, and it felt like an anime episode where it was like gearing up for a fight. It was amazing, dude. I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I'm ready for these two to just fight, and have been for several weeks.
And we've only got several more weeks because it's not going to happen until after the tournament or the end of the tournament or whatever. But oh man, great times. Then we get match 4, which was Katsuyori Shibata versus Eddie Kingston, which I want to first off and foremost say was actually quite a bit better than I expected it to be. Was it great? No.
No.
But Kingston's
wasn't.
starting to get back in as in-ring shape as he's ever going to be, okay?
He honestly looked pretty trim tonight for
did.
him. So good for Eddie. I hope he's figuring it out. What I think you would like most about this is the post-match promo.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. So, first and foremost, Kingston hit a nice butterfly suplex, a move I haven't seen in a while, on Shibata after the match finally started. I will say I was not a fan of the start where they were just fighting outside the ring for a little bit. Didn't do anything for me. But Kingston did a nice butterfly suplex on Shibata. Kingston then hit a DDT and got a 3 count. That's how he won the match. That didn't happen right after each other, but that was how the match ended.
Yeah, well, the match wasn't very long.
No. I don't think I've seen anyone win off of a DDT in a while. And here's the thing. I'm not talking about a special, like, it's their finishing move DDT. Like, we're not talking like Mox's basically double underhook DDT. We're not talking anything like that. This is like old school Jake the Snake Roberts DDT.
Which I'm for being a finish.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. I was okay with it. But that's not what made this segment great, guys. Not even close. You guys want to know, for those of you that have been watching the last several times we've talked about Kingston, one of the things that I have constantly been saying is they just need to let this man talk. They did. And it's the first time it felt like Kingston's actually been back since he's been back.
I would agree with that.
He grabbed a mic, said he's not going to speak on. I said, hey, I typed in Hangman. I meant Hook. Stupid H name people. Said he won't speak on Hook. It's still his boy, but he's got to make his own decisions, and now he's got to deal with Hangman and Swerve. He knows.
Yeah, he does.
He was like, they wanted me to shoot, so here I go. He said he doesn't do shit, and dude, they blurred him out a lot.
Well, he was saying fucking. Oh, he said fuck like 3 times.
He doesn't do shit to get character over. He doesn't act because he isn't a fucking actor. He is pro wrestling. He said, you say you love me, fuck that. I love you because you love pro wrestling. He said, I wake up every day not knowing if I'll live or die. He said, and then he said, fuck something. I want to say it might have been like fuck WWE or something like that because they blurred out a whole fucking sentence basically.
He didn't say anything like that.
I don't know, but I can't find it. I'm sure if he would have, it would have been all over the internet already. But nobody that actually went has typed out on Twitter or anything yet what he actually said. But it was a sentence that like we didn't hear any of it.
No, it was a lot of swears.
And basically he said, "Hey Joe, just to sum it up, before you do some bullshit," it was comprised of like dragging Hook down the wrong path and a bunch of other things. He was basically like, how about on December 10th, winter is coming, don't be a pussy and put up the title against me.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I'm looking forward to the match. Joe's going to win. But, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for from him for like 2.5, 3 months now since he's been back. Let this man be himself. Get on the mic. Get away from Hook. Thankfully, he's away from Hook now.
Yep.
And just let him go. Obviously, his in-ring wrestling is not going to be the best for me. I get that. I do think him and Shibata had a better match than I expected, but he's always enjoyed wrestling against Japanese wrestlers. That's kind of his passion. But yeah, no, I love this segment. Probably one of the best promos cut on an AEW show in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then backstage segment. Red Velvet cuts a hell of a promo. I don't know who you are, Red Velvet, but I don't mind you being on my TV.
I'm much more familiar with Red Velvet since I've been watching the show for quite a while. This was by far the best talking segment I've ever seen her do. And I'm for it. Her match with Mercedes wasn't bad.
Right.
They need some kind of, they need all the matches they can get for their Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So, do it to it.
Right. Oh man, stinker of the night, match 5. Ty Mello versus Tekla. Guys, Tekla tried so hard. She tried.
Hey, that's my line.
I know, but like,
you can tell you've got your hands in your hands in your face.
I do. The very, very, very first move of the match, Ty goes for like some sort of clothesline or whatever. Tekla moves and dodges it. Ty runs into the turnbuckle. Tekla goes to grab her hair and do that thing where you drag him back a step and a half and then throw him down. And instead of Mello taking a step and a half back and then falling, she just falls. And it looked bad. And I immediately, I'm like, and here we fucking go. And I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, so somebody online was like, everybody is constantly jumping on Ty, Anna Jay, Julia, and Sky Blue's backs for their wrestling, and then goes on to say that they're all young and have a bunch of years ahead of them. And then somebody called them out and was like, no, no.
No, no.
Ty Mello is like 37 and she's been wrestling for 12 years or some shit like that. Um, hold on. I could pull it up because I commented and somebody liked it. um, so the actual post was the hatred Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Ty Mello, and Anna Jay are receiving is ridiculous. They're young. They are constantly learning and improving. Wrestling isn't easy. The pressure on being on live TV and in front of a live audience isn't easy. Be thoughtful and considerate. Now, my exact response is the problem is it's live TV. They need to work Ring of Honor or a Japan run. I was like, I absolutely love Sky and Julia as characters. I've been on the train for Julia for a long time, but something isn't clicking with these women, and they need to find out what it is. Aminata needs to do it as well, and they aren't hurting for talented women to fill those spots while they're gone. Taya, Diana, Athena could be moved to the main shows. They just signed someone who's great as well. Like, there are other people to step in to fill the spots that would be missed by not having these women on TV and letting them work Ring of Honor shows to get better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of those people that's like they just need to fire him. I have only said that about one wrestler
No,
ever, and
that
she
was
worked for
very.
WWE.
Yeah, Nikki Bella.
No, no, no. There's somebody
Who was
worse
it?
than Nikki Bella, and I'm not going to slander this woman any more than I already have. Okay.
Okay, I'll ask after the stream.
Listen, we'll just say she likes to throw fake chair shots. Um,
uh, oh, I should have known that.
listen, I can at least tolerate.
I've done numerous SmackDown shows with you. I should have known that.
I can tolerate Nikki a little bit, not much, not much. I can't tolerate that other person. Um, I need to try and not be as down on people. I feel bad afterwards, and then I'm like, I'm just a dick.
That's why I say they tried really hard.
No, but see, you say that in different ways, and it just depends on the conversation. Like, for instance, we started this with Tekla tried really hard, and that's not me saying I think Tekla did poorly. That's me
No,
saying
she really did try to get the girl over.
she tried to make Oh Girl look good, and it just. She,
Usually, when I say that, one person in that match I did like, and I don't want to just shit all over the whole thing.
so, someone else posted because the response was after somebody showed us a thing that said Julia needs to retire this move, and it was her botch on the moonsault. And like I said when we did our review yesterday, like 9 times out of 10 she nails that, and it's one of the best looking moonsaults in wrestling. Like, people are going to have an off night. Stupid shit happens from time to time, but when that is your one and only good move, and you mess it up, it's a little telling.
Yeah,
Um,
they've got things to work on. That's for sure.
But somebody else said, no, no. Ty is 30 with 9 years of experience in the business. Anna Jay's 27 with 7 years experience. Sky Blue's 26 with nearly 8 years of experience. Julia is the only one that is like 24 with only 5 years under her belt. She's like,
That's
Julia.
true.
Julia is the youngest and least experienced, so in a way, she has a leg to stand on in this argument. The others are closing in on a decade in the business and should have this shit figured out.
I don't disagree.
And
They should at least be better than they are. But that's the problem too, right? Like there's no you work in when you work indies, they did probably work more. Well, now they work where in a promotion that's televised and they don't have a house show circuit.
right.
So they're only wrestling once a week, once every 2 weeks. They're not getting enough reps.
No. And here's what they here. So here's the thing, and the guy made it a point to say it as well. He said he did say mistakes happen regardless of age and experience, And again, even the one thing I will give Julia props for, and I gave her props for it last night, she messed up the moonsault and tried to at least correct it enough to jump and kind of do a little mini splash, right? Whereas some wrestlers, they would miss that moonsault and just still go for the pin.
Oh, or miss something completely and then somebody still sell it like they got hit with Becky Lynch comes to mind.
Right. So, I mean, was it a mess up? Yes. And it was handled better than most mess ups you see in wrestling nowadays. However, again, it's not the moonsault being a mess up wasn't my problem with the match. It was everything else. Because she's not in her spots where she needs to be. Sky has the same problems. Aminata has the same problems. Ty has the same problems. And Jay has the same problems. Like these are women that like. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If they worked for WWE, they wouldn't. Let's be real.
Well, to be fair, WWE calls way less like spots.
It's true. It's true. But they're not even making the easy spots. Is the problem. So like,
I'm not trying to get. I'm not trying to be on the defend train, but
I just I hope I want them to figure it out. Figure out what's missing, figure out what it is that you got to do because all of these women are athletic enough to do this.
well, in Julia and Sky Blue's case, we've seen them have good matches.
Yeah. Even against each other, they've had a good match. They've had one or two good matches against each other
I
before
will
they
say I
even
don't know
teamed
if
up.
it's and I think we touched on this the last time we talked about it. I don't know if it's had something to
I
do
don't,
with Julia getting hurt,
but it's not
and
even
now that she's come back,
like
something's just off there. If there's a reluctance,
it's it's almost. Do you ever get the feeling? And I've noticed it. I still will support them, and I've still supported them through it. But have you noticed, especially with the four women that were specifically mentioned, minus Aminata? Aminata goes way too hard. Is her problem? She needs to slow the fuck down.
yeah, she goes. Yeah, she needs to slow down a bit.
She goes 0 to 90 and almost kills people. Um, but with the four women that we mentioned, it almost feels like there's a reluctance to wrestle. Like they get in the ring and they move slowly compared to everybody around them. It doesn't feel like they're really putting forth the biggest effort that they can. It almost feels like they're all kind of lazy, and I don't mean they are lazy. I'm just saying it's how it comes off on TV when you're watching them. Like they'll slowly move into spot, and then there's so many miscues that happen between the four of them when things happen. Like how many times in this match specifically last night with Sky with the Sisters of Sin and Harley and them, there was one time when Julia and Sky couldn't figure out who was supposed to stand where when they were about to throw. I think it was Willow off the ropes. Like it took them almost 7 seconds to set up to figure out how they were going to Irish Whip her. And it's like it shouldn't be
Yeah,
that hard, guys.
maybe whoever's producing their matches needs to tame it down, keep it a little simpler.
Right. Um but yeah, like they need to get to their spots quicker is the big problem I have. And again, we're running into a lot of things, and this seems to be not just these four women, but this does seem to be a big problem that I'm noticing in AEW as a whole for the women's division. Not when you get into upper card territory, like Tony has it down, Mercedes has it down, Athena has it down. The really really good people have it down, but there's a lot of before people go for clothesline, someone already starts to duck the clothesline type thing, right? And it's like you're not supposed to duck until they come at you with the clothesline. That's kind of the thing. You don't.
Hey, we know it's a dance, but don't make it so damn obvious. At least allow us to at least a little bit to try to suspend our disbelief.
Right. Um. And guys, I don't want to come down on these people. I genuinely want them to be better. I really do. Like even with aforementioned person in WWE, the person that I have an absolute problem with, I've spent years just wanting them to be better, and they don't get better. And now I'm just done. Okay. Um, I'm sure we'll talk about her some more Saturday. So
Because of War Games.
Oh God. Anyways, um, we've droned on about that, but I just don't want people to think that, uh, like, again, I'm the biggest Julia supporter. Julia, her too,
Well, you are.
her
You
too.
are. You are.
Uh, I am Julia Hart. I'm a big fan. I'm one of the biggest supporters you're ever going to meet of this woman. And even I'm like, she needs to figure something out. I I love to watch Sky Blue. um,
Why? Give me examples of why.
the same reason I like to watch Stephanie Vaquer. I mean,
Ah,
I'm just
ah. You, much like Tony Khan, are an ass man. I see.
listen. I'm just saying Bailey's fun too. It's just there's
Yeah.
no.
Certain attributes that these women have.
I say that because of internet meme culture. They are very attractive women. Don't get me wrong, but I genuinely want these women to just be better, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
He gives me shit for shitting on him.
well, yeah, because I feel like you're extremely overly trying to shit on them because I do feel like there's times they do something well, and you're like, yeah, but fuck that because they did this wrong and this wrong and this wrong.
Well, I mean, if I'm 3 to wanting it, I mean, but no, they have a good look. They have their gimmick is not bad.
Julia has
They could do really really good work.
Julia Hart has a top 5 entrance music in AEW. All right,
Sure.
so she's got that part down. And I love
Yeah.
her standing on the
Just
ropes
letting
with the train of the coat dangling off of it. That's so cool. Oh, Coke everywhere.
right.
Coke everywhere. Um. Anyways, now that we've droned on about that, that match sucked. Tekla won. She had a spear and then a curb stomp. Thank you for not winning with the spear.
That weak ass roll through hug.
At least the curb stomp looked okay. Um. I would rather her win with that really funky submission. That needs to just be her finisher. Do that
Well,
funky
I thought
submission,
it was.
and we're good. Um, I said not a fan of this one. Right winner. And we'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Post match, unnecessary beatdown from the Sisters of Sin on Ty, just for a reason for Jamie Hayter to show up because we needed that in our lives.
Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander.
Yeah, and then Chris Statlander runs out, and I'm like,
Had to get the champ on the show.
double the pleasure, double the fun, I guess, because two people that are way overhyped in my opinion.
Stat's not that bad. Stat's good.
No, I like Stat as a wrestler. I do not like her as a world champion.
Uh,
She's more okay.
they had to get
As
it
a
off
re-
of Tony and put it on somebody.
As a wrestler, listen. I would have rather it been Jamie.
Oh no, no.
Because she can talk better. Okay, that's
She can't wrestle better though.
okay. Look, Stat is like a top 7 in the company wrestling, and that's fine, and I get that. But look, I need someone that at least has promo skills enough to carry a program
I don't disagree.
or help carry a program. Like the stuff she did with Tony for the rematch was cool. Like when they were like laying in the ring and talking to each other. I actually enjoyed that. That was fun.
The final segment with her and Monet wasn't bad either. I think she just needs to have something to say. And if she doesn't have anything to say, just don't have her on the show or just have her wrestle.
Right. Yeah, so Chris Statlander came out, ran him off. Superman. Match 6. Final match, my match of the night. And guys, it's not that great. So if you want to know how I felt about the wrestling of this show, uh,
It was a long watch. It felt like a long show.
so I want you guys to understand something. Joe said something earlier in the show, and I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to wait till I actually started talking about it. Konosuke Takeshita versus Roderick Strong is one of those matches that for a while I've been like, man, when these two meet in the ring, it's gonna be a fucking banger. They are
Yep.
gonna have one of the best TV matches or pay-per-view matches, depending on the reason that they would be wrestling. Because again, we're talking about for like a couple months. I've been thinking about how good this match would probably be,
Right.
and I'm just like,
Underwhelmed.
first match of both of them for the C2, which is known to have some of the better wrestling from the people that are in it. In fact, watch Dynamite for a prime example of 4 really good matches for this setup.
One really good, and it's the first one of the show.
Yeah. And you guys came out and gave us the most mediocre fucking wrestling match.
It was boring. It was boring in bits.
So, like, guys, one of the coolest things that happened pretty early on in the match, Roddy got back suplexed onto a barricade. Looked like he caught it with his head instead.
He caught it. He caught it weirdly. I don't think he caught it with his head per se, but it hurt him because you could tell when he hit the ground that was not selling.
I will say this: we got to watch Konosuke Takeshita. Konosuke.
Oh my
It's-
god, you're fucking me up now.
It's actually
Just say Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita. Now I'm fucking that up. Anyways, he won with a burning hammer. I really like that move. I have always liked the burning hammer.
He won with his Falcon Arrow.
I know. There was a joke there.
I missed it. I'm oblivious.
Because Shivani called it a burning hammer.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh no.
So is a Falcon Arrow. I love the Falcon Arrow.
I love the Falcon Arrow too.
The burning
hammer. Why the fuck?
Listen, the burning hammer is legitimately one of my favorite wrestling moves in wrestling.
Well, nobody really does it because of how dangerous it is.
However, the Falcon Arrow or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you confused the fuck out of me, dude.
I
didn't hear.
listen,
I didn't hear Tony say that.
You're usually really good about catching when Tony misnames a move.
Well, you're right.
And actually, he
I
might
guess
have
when I watch these shows. I should watch these shows.
he might have called it a burning fire. It was burning something, so I just typed in burning
Maybe
hammer.
that's what Talk calls his move. What does Talk call his move? Maybe we're just shitting on Tony Schiavone unnecessary.
I about typed in Takamika Nochu. Listen. Japanese people are great. Finishing move called
Raging Fire.
Raging Fire. So that's probably what he said. And I just heard Burning Hammer because it said fire. Listen, it's possible,
You're just
guys.
offended by the
Listen.
sound of Tony's voice.
Listen, I want you guys to understand something. ADHD is real, okay? Like it's not
Ooh, boy, is it.
it's not a fake thing.
Boy, is it.
Sometimes
And don't let them blame Tylenol for it.
No. I blame my dad. Actually, no. I actually blame my dad for so I actually have dyslexia, and I'm pretty sure it was learned because of my dad, because he would intentionally misspeak, like he would do that thing where he would like instead of saying butterfly, he would say flutterby.
That's no bueno for a young, impressionable child.
And he did that with a lot of words, so obviously I would start to do it as well. Now I knew what they were really called. I wasn't stupid, but it definitely taught me to read things weirdly.
Yeah,
Fun times.
sure. As someone who knew your dad, I could see that.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
They could have done such a better match.
they really could have. Someone in the background, when they were celebrating, had a sign which you guys can see in the thumbnail. Thankfully, it cut off the word. Otherwise, we would have probably gotten in trouble. But the actual sign, says Don Callis has slutty ankles, and it made me laugh.
Because his little flood pants and his little dress shoes. That's funny.
I just sent
That's
you.
a slutty ankles.
I just sent you the thing. You can't, like I said, you can't really read it because like everything else is in the way. But
Yeah, all you can make out is Don Callis.
it definitely says had because I had to rewind it and I was like, what?
That's a lady, it looks like, that has that sign.
It is.
Nice.
Oh, actually, I could probably hold on. Let me paste this in here. Ah, nope, never mind. That's a picture for a certain somebody who won the world title. There you go. That was the last thing I copied. Um,
Oh no. Oh no. Saving the best for last there.
uh, well, it was alphabetical order, so yeah, Vince.
Oh, that I was just about to ask, was it alphabetical?
Because right before him was a different Vince that's also as despicable. So it is what it is.
Hmm. That's the two best bookers in the world. What are you talking about?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Historically, one of them actually probably is. Historically,
I'm assuming you're talking about Vinnie Mac.
I am.
Yeah.
Listen, as
This wouldn't even be a thing anymore if not for him.
it,
The
it,
territories would have dried up, and
I want you,
business would have been bad enough to where everything would have went under.
I want you guys to understand something. Um, all of the bad shit you hear about wrestlers and their histories and the things that they do, I will never use that to talk negatively about what they've done for the business. Again, Hulk Hogan being a prime example, as much as he sucks as a human being, without Hulk Hogan, wrestling wouldn't be what it is. Um, same
I
thing.
completely agree.
Same thing for Vince McMahon. Honestly, to some extent, let's be real. A lot of the Attitude Era can be attributed to Vince Russo. He was a big part of it.
He was a
Um,
part of a team of people putting that stuff together. You
right,
can't discredit him fully. Now you can hate everything he did after that.
especially in WCW.
Pretty much anywhere. At TNA, he wasn't too bad, but
And he's in Juggalo
it
Championship
was
Wrestling
somebody
now.
else's show. Somebody else was checking his ideas, so shit still had to go through
He
like Jeff and Dixie.
he just signed with JCW.
Oh, he's been with JCW.
Oh,
He's been booking shows for him.
dude, Shags, Jay, what are you doing? Make it stop. Anyways, um,
Dude, who cares? It's Juggalo professional wrestling.
uh, I don't even know who all's wrestled for them. I know there's been some really good wrestlers that have wrestled for them, but I think it's been like indie type shows where they just sign up to do a match and then go away.
Yeah, you sign for a show because
Um,
you just happen to be in the area or whatever.
but yeah, like there's tons of despicable people in everything that you take in. And I'm being honest. Like so many people are like, "Oh, I can't support this because this person's involved, or I can't do that because I don't agree with this person's whatever." And it's like if you think that way about everything in entertainment, you literally can't watch, listen, or do anything fun because everything has had terrible people involved somewhere. People suck.
Yeah, yeah, we do
Like I've
as a
heard
race.
I've heard people be like, I'm not playing this game because it had this person on the development team, and I want to be like, every game you've ever played has had somebody on the development team that in some way, shape, or form is a piece of shit. It is impossible to not have somebody that sucks on your team unless you're like a 1 to 3 man team. Like, but then you're only ever going to play the most obscure fucking indie games.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. People suck, and that's like I said. You'll never hear me say great things about a certain Chris as a human being, but the man was a damn good wrestler.
yeah, just did some unspeakable shit.
Exactly. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've covered it. So we'll be back tomorrow because tomorrow we have got our prediction show. I keep thinking it's Friday because I'm like, oh, War Games is tomorrow. Um, Tomorrow is going to be our prediction show for War Games, and then we will also be doing our pick'ems for, or our new game, a game. It's not our new game, the one I stole from Stash Club Wrestling. Um,
Thank you, by the way.
Listen, I will never take credit for the things that I didn't invent. That is one
Good
thing.
man.
That is
You
one.
should always show credit.
That is one thing you guys will understand. If I pull something from somebody else that I've seen other people do, I am absolutely going to be like, hey, I absolutely stole this idea from these people, and I'm using it. So, yes, Stash Club Wrestling, I love your channel. Thank you. But I'm absolutely doing the War Games match, fantasy War Games match. So that's fun. And then now you guys aren't going to get the episode tomorrow, but we are going to be recording our episode for our first historical wrestling review, where we'll be covering the 2017 Hell in a Cell. That was fun. No, it wasn't. I'm lying. Um, please spin something better, please. I am praying to the wheel of morality.
Like we both said uh, off air, we both want something obscure.
Maybe not so. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't even want something necessarily obscure. I just want something not WWE within the last 15 years. That is,
Well, obviously,
I would be fine with early AEW.
chances are
I would be fine with
it's gonna
ECW.
happen.
Like I'd be fine with early AEW. I'd be fine with ECW. I'd be fine with WCW. I'd be fine with any TNA, early TNA. I just
Any TNA pre Bischoff and Hogan.
pre Bischoff and Hogan. As a matter of fact, if you want to give me the TNA where Jeff was wasted off his ass, I bet the rest of the show was good.
Yeah, I don't remember. I
We didn't watch
didn't
it.
order it.
We just.
Well, I watched the television. I just didn't order the pay-per-views.
Well, I was talking about that match though. We didn't watch that. We didn't watch that pay per view. We never watched any of their pay per views. So, yeah, it would be fun to watch any of these things. So I'm hoping Wheel, and again, even old WWE is fine. Like you guys want me to watch? You want us, dude? I would love for the Wheel to land on WrestleMania 8 because I got to go.
Do you remember it enough to know it well, though?
No, I do. So the things I vividly remember, because again, guys, I was WrestleMania 8. I was like 8 or 9 because the first WrestleMania kit was in '85, which was my birth year. So I was 8ish, 9ish, probably 8. No, I probably would have been 7 because it's early in the year. Anyways, somewhere between 7 and 9. So like my memory is not the best of when I was a kid. I'm almost 40.
If you would have been, this is 92, so you would have been 7.
Yeah, like I said, it probably would have been 7. I vividly remember LOD coming out. I believe it was a post-match angle, but it might have been a match. I don't remember, but I do remember them coming out. I very much remember WrestleMania 8 was when I fell in love with The Undertaker as a wrestler. Getting to experience his entrance as a kid was amazing. I remember Ultimate Warrior coming out and doing his crazy shit. So getting to see him shake the ropes and stuff. It was just a good time. Honestly, I remember mostly being with my dad. It was one of the few times him and I went out and did something as a kid. So it was a fun time. But yeah, no. Honestly, anything early from WWE would be nice, though. I've watched like the first 6 or 7 Starrcades and the first 5 or 6 WrestleManias within the last year and a half. So I do know those are fun.
Just a refresh for you then.
It would be.
It's been a long time since I've seen those shows.
You get to watch things like number 1 and number 2 tag team against. Dude, they had some weird fucking things back then.
That's wrestling.
But with that being said, we're done. We've gone on for an hour and 15 minutes. So we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Later.
Later.